everybody. Well, it seems like everybody's doing these why I bought my car, and it didn't really matter what it is. You'll see them all over YouTube. So I figured I would jump in the middle of the mix and tell you why I went with the Challenger SRT 392. As opposed to the competition, if you want to call them competition, with the Mustang and the Camaro. One of the things that drew me to the car initially was the look of the car. I liked that it's an unapologetic throwback. The look of it just alone was enough to draw me. The second thing, especially now with the 392, but even more than that, that 8-speed automatic makes all the difference in the world. You'll hear some arguments against the Challenger about it's heavy, it's big, when you compare them to the Mustang and the Camaro. And it is. It is larger, it is heavier, but it's got a lot bigger engine than that Mustang. A little bit bigger than that Camaro, and it's making a significant amount more power than either one of them. And that 8-speed automatic does wonders in getting that power to the ground and delivering a driving experience that's not really the same as the Mustang or the Camaro. I like the interior of it as well. The new car, the revamp, I think they redid it in 15, if I'm not mistaken. That new interior, if you haven't seen it, and you're in the market for one of these cars, you're doing yourself a disservice if you haven't taken a look at this one. But take a look at it last. You might just end up rolling away with one of these. And to that point, it doesn't even have to be the SRT. I chose the SRT because I wanted the bigger brakes. I wanted the adjustable suspension, and I like the wheel and tire package as well. The SRT actually comes fully loaded as well. There's very few options that you can actually roll with the SRT versus like something like a Scat Pack or something like that. SRT has the Harman Kardon stereo. It's got your choice of leather, the SRT pages, all of that. So those are the reasons why I went with the SRT over those. But at any rate, again, take a look at this one last. But if the SRT is not to your liking, you can always go with one of the Scat Pack cars. Again, an awesome car as well. Any of the Challengers, you're not going to go wrong with, especially with that 392. But don't sell the 5.7 short. That is actually a really sweet little package as well. The 5.7 takes very well to mods, and from the factory, underrated to put it mildly. I know for a fact that they dyno well above what they should dyno, and they run better, way better than what they should run given those rated numbers. So give them a look. I would say look at them last though, because I have a feeling you might be driving away with one if you do. Getting back to some other things that I like about the car, and again, kind of focusing on the size of the thing. It is big. It's an easy car to take on long trips. You never feel cramped in this thing. It's got a real back seat. But let's be honest, most of us that are buying these cars, we're not buying them because they have a big back seat. Most of us will never even use the back seat. But that being said, it's a usable space back there. It's a pretty decent space. And if that's not big enough, this thing's got a trunk like none of the other cars that you'll go take a look at if you're shopping around. You can easily pack a week's worth of luggage in the trunk of this thing and head off and still have room to spare. So those are some of the basic reasons. But let's talk about the performance of this car. If you look at a few of my other videos, you'll see me doing some cold air comparisons, or at least some modifications that I've made to mine. And you might notice how quickly on one of those videos it'll make the jump from 75 to triple digits. Some of the, I think I posted a 0 to 60 blast, just kind of giving you guys an idea. The car is no slouch. I mean, it is big, it is heavy, but it's got a lot of power, and that power makes up for any sins the weight may bring with it. One of the things that I want to also kind of go over when it comes to performance, if you're comparing this to a Mustang or a Camaro, it doesn't give anything up. In fact, it's from my experience anyway, being at the track, seeing cars like mine, me taking mine to the track, watching Camaros, watching the Mustangs, going down the track side by side, none of them have a real advantage over the other. You can buy into whatever publications set times that they've put down, or whatever you see on TV and some of the automotive shows. I'm here to tell you, I mean, I saw it firsthand, and these Challengers are either right there in the hunt or they're beating the new Camaros and the new Mustangs, and that's stock for stock for stock. Stock tire right off the showroom floor. As long as this thing catches traction, which that's the if, because a lot of torque, a lot of gearing, does like to light the tires up. Makes it a lot of fun, but you don't really pull ETs when you're putting on a show. But again, all you have to do is learn the platform, learn how to get the thing to launch, and if you have an SRT, where to put your settings for the best performance off the line, trust me, they'll be trying to chase you down, or they'll be staring at your taillights probably more than you'll be seeing theirs. But the basic difference is just who gets the jump. So far, from what I've seen, getting into the performance aspect of it, in good air, in really good air, this car and the Scat Pack 392s will run 12.4, 12.3, 12.5, somewhere around in that area. The Camaro, which is the faster of the three on paper anyway, so far as I've seen in publications, I've seen them 12, like high 12.2s to 12.5. And again, this is in really good air. The Mustang, not as quick. Stock for stock, again, I just haven't seen many Mustangs getting out of the 12.5, 12.6. You'll see some dip down around 12.4. Again, driver always has a factor in that, but I've seen enough of them go down the track to know that automatic 6-speed didn't really matter. They're all running in that 12.6 range. So, and again, that's in good air. I can tell you that in really horrible conditions, this one here will run consistent 12.6s, and that's with a full tank of gas, ultra high humidity, questionable track prep to say the least, in soupy air, super humid air, and it was still knocking down 12.6s. And to compare that with some other cars that were on the track that night, anyway, you had C6 Corvettes that were struggling to get into the high 12s, like 12.8, 12.9. New Mustangs and new Camaros that were struggling to get any quicker than a 12.6 or a 12.5. I didn't see any Camaros run a 12.5, but I have to assume there had to have been a couple that were out there. But everybody basically was somewhere between usually 3 and 4/10 was what I would hear. So in terms of performance, that's a long way to put that there's no real difference in performance. So if there's no real difference in performance, then why would I go with this rather than the Mustang or the Camaro? Well, aside from the things I'd already said about it, the looks, the feel driving it, the sound of this thing is amazing, by the way. You've got to hear one of these in person. You're not going to have a YouTube video out there that's going to do this car justice. You got to hear it. That 392, when it lights off and at full song, it's intoxicating. If you're a car guy, you understand what I'm talking about. I think it's the best sounding out of the group. But getting back to it, I'll start off with the Mustang. Why I didn't go with the Mustang over the Challenger or the Camaro. Really, first, for both of them, they're too small. The Camaro is tiny. Even when you compare it to the Mustang, it's tiny. You get the feel when you're inside the Camaro versus the Mustang of a size difference between the Mustang and the Challenger. I think it's the CLA platform that they're basing that Camaro off of, and it's just itty bitty, man. I couldn't deal with that. But let's get to the Mustang first. I didn't go with the Mustang no torque. I didn't feel like the car really had a lot of grunt down low. So under partial throttle, it just felt kind of flat, felt a little bit lazy. I have driven the GT350. The GT350 is a completely different beast, but it's also a lot more expensive. But getting back to the cost of the Mustang, that's probably one of its most attractive points. A fully kitted out Mustang is going to come in, from what I could tell, somewhere around $45,000. This one stickered out at just over 50. So the Mustang does have a price advantage over it. The interior quality of the Mustang is amazing, by the way, too. If you're out shopping, that'll be one of the things that you'll notice first about that Mustang's interior quality is pretty damn nice. Nothing to sneeze at. In fact, it's probably the most well executed of the three, but I'm not going to say that this one isn't as well executed. Mustang was basically there first. They got a lot of things right. I really like the way that the interior of the Challenger kind of accentuates that retro theme. The Mustang also does that as well. So, but again, Mustang's really nice with that, but I just didn't like the small size of it. Not that I'm a big guy. I'm just under 5'11", weighed in at 205, so kind of give you an idea. And I'm pretty torso to leg proportionate. I'm not really long-legged, and I'm really not super long torsoed. So the car fit real well, but it was just too small, and I wanted something bigger. Again, for doing road trips here and there, and just the cushiness of the seats in this thing. It's like riding in a. It's just nice. Just go check it out. You'll know what I'm talking about when you go check it out. The Camaro. All right, so on paper, the Camaro is supposed to be the badass of the group, right? It's shown the best trap times. It's shown the best lap times. It seems to be the most driver's car, as they say. I don't know what that even means. That's the stupidest thing. It's a driver's car. What the hell does that mean? Anyway, that car is such a... First of all, the look of it, it just didn't resonate with me. I don't want to say that it's an ugly car, but it's not... I just don't really find it attractive. But the interior execution of that car was so poor that I couldn't believe that the car cost as much as it did. The 2SS that I checked out, again, fully loaded, because that's the way, it's what I wanted for this particular purchase. I wanted something fully flossed. Was actually more expensive on paper than this car was, and the interior quality was just horrible. I mean, it was terrible. As bad, I'll put it like this, as bad as the Challengers used to be, that's basically where the Camaro is now, but it's even worse than that. So many things were just not thought out well. The dash, for starters, I don't know what it is, but it had this like Hello Kitty shape to it. It just looked way out of place. Again, you got to go look at this. I mean, I'm trying to describe it to you. It doesn't do it justice. The console is really cheap. It's got a power plug right in the top of this cheap, thin console that if you're charging something there, if you have your hand on the console and just move it over, just go to, whatever the case, you're moving your hand around, you're going to break that thing in half. It's just poorly executed. So I wanted to like the Camaro. I really did. It wasn't going to happen. So that's why I went with the Challenger. Again, performance-wise, they're all basically about the same. This one, to me, it just represented more of an American feel, American muscle. You get that sense when you're driving it. Lots of torque, lots of power. Handles fine on the street. You can feel the weight of it a little bit, but it's not anything that you would notice as a negative. It carries its weight really, really well. And in real world situations, believe me, if you've got a buddy in a Camaro that's taking an off ramp at 75 miles an hour, you can take it at 75 miles an hour, trust me. So anyway, I hope that helped you guys out. I know everybody's making these videos. Post your comments in the bottom of this thing. Let me know what you think. And have a great one.